Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB, and I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings, all on my own and lonesome. But before we do all of this, we should look at the championship standings, but unfortunately we can't due to the nature of this week, as GP3 has raced twice this week. As this is the second race, we are unable to bring you the standings so far due to obviously not wanting to get things wrong. We're still reviewing some of the stewards' inquiries, so there are no standings for me to go through right now. I can tell you though who was on the podium last night in the French Grand Prix, which was delayed by a week due to the Sony intervention. So barring any stewards' investigations, the podium last night was Ryan Van Zoom in P1. It was his first win in SFR, ahead of Blaz MK in P2 and C-Pass in P3. Championship leader from last night. Don't know if anything's been confirmed. We're all about Pro Rex just missed out on the podium in P4. But still, yes, welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. We're back on what should be the right rotation now of everything due to after the Sony issues. It's all hopefully going to sort itself out. And I just realised I haven't actually got my tablet charger up here. Oops. So, yeah, that's going to get annoying. I'll put that in a second. Hello, Alex. How are you? Where did I put my other tablet charger? You're about to hear me completely break as I try and remember everything. That's my laptop charger. Where is it? I can use this. Let's use this. Can I convert? No, I can't convert it that way. Sorry, just having a complete moment where I'm trying to work out what I'm doing. What I'm doing is this. It's just getting my tablet plugged in so we can actually charge up. I'm downstairs charging my other phone right now just because I need to start transferring some stuff over from it. I've had the new phone for a few weeks now and I cannot for the life of me remember why I haven't done that sooner. Okie dokie, so we're going to be heading over to the track in a moment, or a bit even, so you're going to be stuck with me chatting to you for a little bit. How was everyone's week? Obviously we had a bit of a shake-up due to the issues with last week. We had an issue this time last week with the Sony network, so we weren't able to get everything sorted. But yeah, so we're back here. We'll see what drivers we're going tonight. I think 16 drivers. Let me have a sip of my water to apologise. Oh, so we have Brendan Lee, Laser Lord, here in the Mercedes, and Racing Pod, Meet Soldier in the Ferraris. One Red Bull, that's Oliver. 2 Force Indias, Gogs and Luke Beck. 2 Williams, JB Ogan and Blaz MK. 2 Renaults, C-Passy and Sazzadical. 2 Toro Rossos, Hegloof and Premier Rex. And 2 Hasses, Dr. Special Energy and Psychomensch. 1 McLaren Oymer, 1 Alfa Romeo, Ryan Van Doom. Looks like we've got a couple of drivers in already. Sorry, we've got Gamey Things and Alco. Gamey Things, if you didn't see last night, Gamey Things did a test in GP3 from GP2. And he transferred, he has graduated, well, he's been moved to the GP3 division because he was right on the pace in qualifying and struggled during the race with lag. But yes, he was, he's perfect for GP2. Perfect for what we need in GP2. GP3. So we're just waiting on, I think we're waiting on Alco, but Alco's actually come in. So I'm not sure who we're waiting for this time. Looks to me we have 18 drivers due to the fact of Linel obviously not going to be here. He should jump into spectator mode. So once he jumps into spectator mode, we will be called over the track. Game thing standard asking, how's his connection? So we ask on the stream, how's his connection? His connection is, where is he? Green. All good. So we shall see. There's the good luck, everyone, from many drivers saying good luck. And we have been given the order from, yeah, there we go, 80 drivers, says Linel. Jumping a spectator with me. We're given the order from race director Linel, sending everyone over the track. And we shall see what everyone does. Tonight, at the Temple of Speed, this is Monza, the Italian Grand Prix. And we can see what this track has entailed. Do excuse me for just one moment as I mute my mic. Just gone and found out that my headset is on low volume. Oh joy! The one time I don't actually charge it before a race. Wait, is that a plug down there? I'm trying to work out where my other phone charger is, or my other tablet charger is, and I cannot for the life of me remember where I put it. It's one of these situations, you know, when you put something down and you cannot remember for the life of you where it is. I found it. That's absolutely sterling. Alright, so last night, it was a dry to wet race, sorry, as I knock over everything in a Freddie Mercury pop figure. Oops, sorry Freddie. It was wet. It was dry to wet last night, and it was actually thrilling. Hello, C. Pasley, how are you? As I have to now rearrange my cables once more, as I found my charger that I've been looking for. Unplug that. Plug this one in. And it's a nice dry qualifying session here in Italy. Do excuse me as I take my headphones off to get these on charge. Only the most professional streamer here at SpeedForce Racing. Alright, so let's get these all lined up. There we go. So it's a nice sunny session right now. We should be receiving, here we go, wet, says C. Pasley. Ooh. Radio message from the red. You know what? I'll show it. It doesn't really show anything, so I'll show that one. Yeah, we all know here that turn 1 is treacherous here in Monza, and it's wet. Now, drivers are going to get caught out by that is going to be Pro Rex. He said often lots of times that he doesn't like the wet, but last night he put up a hell of a performance. And he had I think he claimed he had a decent car ahead of him. I believe that, yeah, that's Pro Rex leaving the pit lane now. So after being told that it's wet, he must be going on to see what he can do. Wet to dry, says C. Pasley. Oh, the opposite of what we had last night. I'm now thoroughly entertained. We have Oyama and Pro Rex out on outlaps right now. And I was talking to Pro Rex about doing, about him possibly testing medium traction. Whoa, and it seems like he might be doing it there. Oh yeah, he struggled and he's out of qualifying already for Pro Rex, and that's gonna really hurt him in this race. But it is not the end, due to it being a wet to dry race. That was unseasonable for the rookie driver. Well, driver in his first full season of SFR. That was quite odd. Hopefully he's alright. He's going to be frustrated with that one, as you always are when you've been in an accident. I believe it's Gaming Things is the next driver. Oh, Gaming Things struggling on the rear end as well. Apart from, where is he? Oyama. Go into full traction. Yeah, I think that might be the option after the lack of grip you had there, mate. I'm sorry, man. It's partially my fault there, suggesting that he should go on to medium traction. So, yeah, don't listen to me if I ever offer to be your driver coach. I'm awful. Looks like it's the runner of C. Pasley. He's going to be the second driver across the line. So now, as it's going to be a wet start, these drivers will have to set the times on the dry tyres. Some drivers may not have noticed and are going to go on to the harder combat tyres, but it's best now, if you're not going to use these tyres, to absolutely wreck them in qualifying 1. But look at Oyama avoiding both of these cars. It looks like actually that's Alton Senegal following Oyama, so we'll follow him. Yeah, if you can do me a favour, Alex, and send me a party invite for that one. If you can host it for me, because I'm obviously mid-qualifying session, don't have to go through all of the hassle of setting one up. So we'll just wait. Alex looks like he's going to come into the commentary box with us. Into the booth after that accident. We can have a chat to him about the tour also. Oh, Luke Beck apparently having a similar accident. Let's see if we can find out where it is. Sector 1, 2 and 3. All suddenly lit up on the timing boards. See where, if we can find out where the, whoa, no, it's not down any of these. So we won't, I don't think we're going to see the incident there. We're going to jump back up though with Oyama. And we'll see what Oyama can do in the McLaren. McLaren has been struggling. They had a pretty good race last night, barring Oyama's DNF where McLaren doing a good job to get it all turned around and into Italy. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Look at Alton. He's got a couple of cars ahead of him on his fast lap. That's not going to help him at all. Here goes Oyama about to cross the line here at Monza. The opening race here at Monza. Crossing lines at 1:22.4 to start us off for this week of SpeedForce Racing. Alton Senegal though with a nice bit of toe steals that for a 1:21.0. So 1.4 seconds faster. Alco is in sector 2 right now. We're going to have a look at Hegloof actually. He's going around the penultimate corner now. Crossing the line now, and that gets him into P2. Hegloof, who's improving heavily as the season goes on. Just trying to wait for the chat to update on my tablet, because it seems to be taking a while today. Here's C. Pasley in the Renault. Proving that he's now a force for the championship as his consistent podiums. Going down to finish his lap now. For some reason I have lost the chat, so just give me a second and try and reboot that. And that's P2 for the Irishman, C. Pasley. There we go. Send invites. Okay, do apologise as the screen goes blue as we just bring Alex into the commentary booth. Just quickly hoping for it to load quickly. And there we go. We now have Alex in commentary with us. Welcome. I trust you're not too injured. I hope you've got the all clear.
No. I mean, no, I'm alright. I'm okay. A few bumps and bruises, but actually, I'm quite happy because that means I avoid the cluster, which is turn 1. So, you know, it swings and roundabouts today. But you know, it's gonna be a fun race, and if I can come from the back and you know, cause some trouble, you know, obviously I think a podium's out the question, but you never know in F1, do you? So, you know, the wet conditions could actually be to my favour later on in the race.
So. From the 3 corners you did, how was the track conditions in qualifying?
Oh, I mean, to be fair, I didn't lose it because of my traction. I lost it because I was looking at the stream. I was looking at the stream.
Don't blame me. This is all I get whenever a driver's come in.
No, I'm blaming myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm blaming myself. But I was looking at the stream and I was like, oh, I've lost it. And I was like,
what a shame.
But yeah, but it's fine.
You're in high spirits, though. Yeah, I think you can see the funny side of it on this one, can't you?
Yeah, man. I mean, of course, there's nothing to be sad about. I'm not probably going to do too well around Monza today anyway, so you know, anything I can get. I think a points finish is my goal today, just to score a couple points around the Italian track would be sensational. But yeah, the Renault is standing tall. Good from Hengloff. I'm happy that he's up there doing something for the team because I've had an absolute nightmare.
Well, you're not Brendan Hartley in the team, aren't you? Just bring up to Ryan Van Doom, last night's winner. Last night's winner crossing the line. Ooh, P4.
I'm interested that he's running. Obviously, everyone's going to go on super softs because it's a wet start. But I'm interested to see because JP has a little bit of insight. It might be not wet enough for the wet tyre. It's only one raindrop on the thing throughout the entire race, so it might not be wet enough for the intermediates. And if it is, I think it will be an intermediate to medium tyre finish. I think it will be a basic one stop. I don't think, you know, apparently the rain's going to go on for most of the race, but I don't think it might not be enough here, I don't think. You know what the game's like, you know what Codemasters are like. But yeah, there was nothing I could have done there. I was looking at the stream. I was like, oh, what's the stream? Let's have a look at this. And then, oh, no, I've lost it.
Well, the Renault pairing chiming in the pit lane onto our little radio here saying, oh yeah, light rain forecast there, or light raincast to overcast. He's saying Psychovic crossing line gets P13 on his first lap. Interestingly enough, though, but at that point you've got to take the risk. In my opinion, I'd take the risk that okay, I'd wreck these tyres, thinking that it'd be it'd be intermediates because more often than not it is intermediate weather.
Yeah, exactly, and we've got 10 minutes of good qualifying here. I'm a bit annoyed that I'm not starting at the back. I don't know why Luke Beck's starting behind me. Personally, that's just
because your team paid more to be higher up. Because
no, because they've got the backing of Mr. Stroll. I don't understand.
Yeah, but that's all the backing you get. Do you know what he completely random subject to do with Mr. Stroll? He do you know how he made his millions?
Slumdog Millionaire.
Clothing brands. So he's emulating Benetton in the 90s because the team Benetton was owned by a family, but then they named it after their clothing brand to promote their sales.
Fair enough. Speaking of clothes, right, I saw on Instagram, there's how under the story, doing a shop. His clothes are very expensive. I was like, oh, I'll have a look at his clothes. I wasn't going to buy any anyway, but I was going to be like, I'll have a look. And there's like 200 quid for a jacket. I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Get on the Primark for 10 quid and get a
Well, it's a Tommy Hilfiger name. It's not, and it's his name. I don't know about the build quality personally. I've never owned anything like that, and I don't intend to. I buy my underwear from Sainsbury's, and that's where I'll keep buying them from.
You wear lederhosen most of the time, so you don't need to really worry about those.
It's the enjoyment of being an ex-Red Bull driver.
Right.
I am essentially DC. Crossing line comes gaming things, P12.
Alright, so JB, I'll let you be the guy here today. Where do you think my goal is now? Start from the back of the grid.
Whoa, your goal is to not be Meaty Soldier, who's currently...
Blas is out as well!
Where's he lost it?
Oh no! He's lost it at the Lesmos. I think it was the second Lesmo.
Luckily, we have a driver just coming through now with Dr. Special Energy, taking us through what can Jordan show us.
So
Yellow
my
flags.
qualifying's not been too bad.
Yeah, there are the yellow flag boards. Let's see where he's lost it. That's Lesmo 1. There's Lesmo 2. Oh, we can't. Oh, that's a big accident for the Williams, isn't it?
Yeah, interestingly enough, oh god, voice crack. Interestingly
Welcome to
enough, is
puberty,
that
folks.
Jamie, you know, no offense to the guy, he's coming here, he's P12 at the minute. We need to start picking up the pace here because he's coming to Q3. I mean, as a driver, I may be putting too much pressure on the guy here, and there's no offense, but as a driver, I put a lot of pressure on myself, so I'm going to do the same to other people. You know, you come down a position, you want to be known as one of the fastest guys in the team. You don't want to fall into the mid pack. So hopefully he can put a good lap here and at least get into the top 5 or 6, because that's where we expect him to be.
In fairness to little gamey things, he's got to now readapt himself to taking to a new division with new people. He's raced in Prem.
See,
Look
that's
at
what
that
I'm talking
P3.
about. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what.
He must have
he's
been
coming
around
there.
that to start with.
He must have been talking. He must have overheard us. But yeah, Hanglov in P9. I don't know whether I pronounce his name right now. It's my teammate.
I say Hegluf, and I have been praised by his for getting the pronunciation right. But at the same time, I'm very good at pronouncing things extremely wrong. Isn't that right?
Oh,
Primary
Davey, you want to know
French?
why I'm in such a good mood? Go away. If you want to know why I'm in such a good mood, because I'm seeing Avengers Endgame in just about 29 hours.
Ah, yeah, you and your midnight releases.
I haven't made. There's nothing like it. Trust me. I'm
The
currently
last
watching,
midnight release I went to
I know.
was Rogue One, and that was like a million years ago. That was a brilliant experience, though.
Pro Oliver is about to come across the line now. Had a torrid day
P10.
yesterday, but P10. Oh, Dr. Special Ed, he's gone!
Whoa, and so's Racing Podge. Sat on the inside where Blazen Piquet has crashed, but he's got it all turned up. Yeah, he's still going. That Ferrari, though, in a treacherous location, got to get back up to power soon.
People are struggling. People are struggling. People are struggling.
Most
Not
definitely.
the easiest of circuits.
It's odd. P9.
He invalidated his lap.
improved.
Either that or this is. Has he?
Yeah,
He just
I think
improved
it
his
was
time.
Oh no, sorry, it might have just been starting his lap. I don't know. Give me a second.
Well, because he's lost. He's lost DRS here, but yeah. Any time I crash out, I'll just join you in the comms box. Especially because I'm not doing it this Wednesday, so I thought I'd make up for it. But you know, JB Ogan or Joe.
Whoa,
He's
no,
lost
it's
it as
not.
well. Lesmos.
On board with him now. Look at that. There's damage on that Williams. That Williams really not enjoying the circuit, are they?
No, the Lesmos, knowing that they're not enjoying the Lesmos more important. I don't know whether I pronounce things right, but it is Lesmos, yeah?
It is Lesmos. Not the other way you could say it.
I either say Lesmos or Lesmos, so sometimes I
Lesmos.
fluctuate.
Don't put a B in it.
Yeah. No, because that's... No, JB.
That's an
I'm
old
watching my
joke, that
teammate
one is.
Hangloof. What can he do? P9 at the minute. It's a good qualifying time for him, considering he is, I believe he's new to the games.
Yeah, he's a rookie, and look at how much quicker he's got from learning, getting trained up by our own T. Jonas and his younger brother as well. Running up though, he's got his PlayStation out the back of his wife's car, so that's a nice nice addition.
Yep.
Crossing the line, that's a quick lap time. It's invalidated
no,
though.
it's not. It's either it was quick or it just wasn't better. But interestingly enough, Psychomich now, he's got to come across the line here. What can he do?
P3 for Psychomich.
I am so interested here to see how these guys are going to fare in the rain. I've been see how I'll fare in the rain. To be fair, I'm starting P16. I've got Luke Beck and Blaz behind me. You know, I'm quite worried because they're two fast drivers. But you know, JB. So yeah, we asked you. There's the people crashed out. Where do you think my realistic finish point is today?
You got to always aim for at least 10th.
No,
but I reckon you can make it to
make it a harsh goal. Like make it somewhere I can actually push. So
7th, 8th, or 6th. Like low, like high top 10.
If I manage the top 5, I'd be ecstatic.
I think it's entirely possible. Hello, Jordan. How are you? How's your back after losing the car?
So was Farth too scared to come into the comms box today?
I had no contact from him today. I sent him a couple of messages, no message back. So I assumed that he wasn't bothered. Frankly.
Well, GA, I believe this is Gogs. Can he improve?
Yep. Got no ERS deployment at all, but P9 still got some power in that.
To be fair, it's just a straight shootout, really, isn't it, between these guys? Straight shootout.
Look how close it is at the top. Look at the top 5. Sorry. Look how close it is.
Should have been in that, mate. Should have been in that. Should have been in that. But didn't happen today because you distracted me now.
I tell you what. I've just received a communique from Farfra. He's saying he can join us. Shall we invite him?
Can do, but we've got 2 minutes, so if you want us to have a little confrontation, then by all means you've got to.
All right, I'll quickly invite him. Yeah, I'll suggest him. We'll get in. Hopefully, you can get into the lobby as well. Oh, can you do invites into the lobby from here?
Yeah, I can, but I'm
if
not
in doubt with that, if in doubt, we can bring. Well, you can do invite him via the party.
Can you?
Yeah.
How?
Well, once he gets in.
Party.
Yeah.
Players in party. Yeah.
Once he gets in, if he can't get into this, if in doubt, he'll go to his Ryan Van Doom has gone P2 in all of this. If in doubt, he'll have to do it off the stream, which gets a whole lot more difficult.
Allow. He's been allowed, so
we shall see what Farfra does. Do apologise for the blue screens. It's not. We're not dying. We're just useless.
No, he's made a mistake. He's making a mistake.
Here's the cough from Farfra. Is your voice at the show, mate?
Pass.
Pass.
Alex, do you want to check out the stream for me? If his voice is at the share.
How do I check? Oh, what?
Yeah.
What do we
allow
do?
Voice to be shared. I'm fine.
All right.
Well,
What's the matter, Alex?
nothing. I just feel a bit uneasy, mate. I just feel uneasy.
No.
I've got another bottle job in the lobby. I've already had JB. He can't commentate, and I've got someone that can't drive.
He says
Someone
that.
can't
I
drive.
mean,
wait a minute. I finished P4 last week.
Ryan Van Doom has gone P1. In all of this, though, Ryan Van Doom's gone P1, and Alex is smack talking when his car currently has 3 wheels.
All I'm saying is, mate, I've got 2 podiums. How many have you got this season?
None.
I haven't had a chance to get one yet because I haven't started my endurance racing yet. So
And
wait a minute, Alex, have you seen how hard GP2 is?
yeah, I mean, our boys came into your lobby and actually gave a good fight, so it shows that perhaps you guys aren't up to scratch.
How's about right? 1 week, we'll see if they can swap us around.
Last minute of qualifying here in Monza as I try my hardest to calm these two down. 1 second separating them all at the top. Yes, it is really entertaining. Farfra, are you in the lobby with us?
I didn't invite him. I'll do it now. I genuinely forgot because he's so annoying that he just forgot. But no, Gamey Things is probably on his last lap here. He probably won't make it round, JB. That's disastrous for the Mercedes. He's not used to ZRS here, which makes me assume here that he just didn't get out in time. No, he's on a lap. He's on a lap. All right. What can he do? Can he improve? Gamey been knocked down from GP2. Ooh. Can he do?
Well, he hasn't been knocked down. He hasn't been knocked down to sort that out. He opted to come down here to test his pace, and he's finding it a lot happier down here. Steve Pasley's out of qualifying though, as he's pulled off in his lap. Alco powering down now. Gamey has gone P3. Ryan Van Doom has lost his chance of going for pole position tonight in P2. JB Open stealing P3. Here comes Alco. He goes P1 in the McLaren. What a phenomenal lap time.
I'm watching Pasley though, man. He's the. Oh no, he's going slow.
No, he's not. He's off a lap. Oliver is the last driver. What can he do? What can Red Bull have glory here in Monza as they so often have? It's P8 for Oliver. That means Alco is our pole position sitter here tonight, and we'll let Alex get back into his ruined car and see if he can make it past lap 1.
Yeah, if not, I'll jump back in. But shall catch you guys in a bit.
Okay.
Hopefully not. Bye.
Bye, ball job.
Pick him up, man. Get down, pick him up.
Alright, so just to make sure, Farfra, are you in the lobby and all spectated up?
Yeah, I can see.
Brilliant. So it's lovely to have you here. So see if you can finally turn on some of the cursor you've had on Alex onto him. It's been a while since we had you on commentary. Actually, I think the last time I commentated with you was back in your league, a long time ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah. Probably what, saying about a year ago?
Oh, I think a year ago. Yeah, maybe actually. Yeah. You got your little one in the background, you missus.
Yeah, whiny baby and a whiny missus, mate. She's giving me a double stare now.
I'm only whiny if you don't do shit that I ask you to do.
We apologise for language from far from his missus. We'll go through the order right now because Alco's in P1, ahead of Alison Senegal in P2. Ryan Van Doom, last night's winner, is in P3. JB Ogun is in P4, Gaming Things is in P5, Cpazzi is in P6, Laser Lord is in P7, Oliver is in P8, Oima is in P9, and Psychomich rounds out the top 10. We'll go through the rest of the grid as we head onto the grid. It's going to be interesting because apparently it's wet to dry.
That's alright. It's easy done. Take your time.
And Farfra learning Itsy Bitsy Spider as well in the background. They are intermediate tyres that we'll be seeing on the cars. If we take a look into the Mercedes garage there, cheekily, because neither of us are ex-Mercedes drivers, so we're looking into that garage and we can see the Greenwald intermediate tyres on the getting ready to be placed onto the cars. I mean, that adds a whole new dynamic, doesn't it, to the race?
Yeah, the mixed compound. Obviously, when it goes back to dry, what do you do?
Well, Alex predicted in qualifying. He said that it'd be short intermediate weather and then two medium tyres. Sorry, excuse me. Enchiladas. I mean, gassy whenever I have them. Alright, so Alco leads us away in P1, headed Alison Senegal in P2, Ryan is in P3, and JB Ogun is in P4, Gaming Things is in P5, Cpazzi is in P6, Laser Lord is in P7, Paul Oliver is in P8, Oima is in P9, Psychomich is in P10, outside of the top 10, currently going to go fighting for points right now is GA, which is Gogs in P11, Hegloof in P12, should be Meat Soldier and Dr. Special Energy in P13 and 14, but we can't see them right now. Racing Podge in P15 after a disastrous qualifying for him. Primary Rex in P16 after ripping his tyres off, and Farfra coming in to make him crash even more. And then Luke Beck is in P17 in the Racing Point, and we'll see Blasem K in P18 for the Williams team.
You can have it.
Yeah. SpeedForce rating has returned and it's come back in a vengeance. I mean, this track is difficult in the dry, let alone in the wet, isn't it, Farfra?
Never done a wet race around here, really.
Really?
No.
Every other one of my races was wet here. But still.
No, never really had one.
Well, you have to wait till tomorrow for that.
No, that'll be dry, mate.
And
I
on
told
that
you,
note,
mate,
it's going to be absolutely pouring with rain.
It does.
Nonetheless, so who are you going to be looking at in the grid at the start of the race as I take us everyone through lights out?
Well, you're going to watch the front, so I'll watch the back.
Easily
So
done.
if I watch Alex, I'll watch everything. I'm sorry, Wyatt, but what I said yesterday, what I said earlier. You think it's that good with like what was it, 3 podiums? Or 2 podiums?
It's differing opinions and it's differing divisions. Each division has its own challenge, and that's all that we'll say on that situation. Because frankly, I got 1 podium in SpeedForce racing when I was racing, and there's so many other drivers that are better than me. Anyway, off that subject, on to looking at the starts. We can look at Alco as the lights come on. There's a very quick count, up to 5 red lights here in Monza. The lights are out now. The drivers are away. any minute now, gentlemen. Drop the clutch. There we go. It's a good start from Aston Senegal in P2, but not as good as Ryan Van Doom in P3, who's charging up the middle, trying to get past Alco. They're all trying to find traction in this wet weather. Down the inside, Aston Senegal taking P1 before the line, but breaking hard into it. Ryan Van Doom making contact with Alco. Alco being shafted out. They're running along the curve, trying to force everyone in, and then Ryan Van Doom getting caught in a big pinch between a couple of drivers. Alco leading into P1, Pasley into P2. There is a Pasley into Aston Senegal dropping down a few positions now. Mercedes losing its rear end as well in the background. Lots of drivers scribbling around and drivers struggling. Alco losing a position now as everyone comes through into turn 1. We have a yellow flag, and as Hegloop is out of the session in sector 1. An absolute chaos. Farfra, what's happened?
That was not Luke Beck and...
Whoa, Williams in the barrier.
Yep.
The virtual safety car has been deployed. We can have a moment of sanity. What happened through there? I do apologise to cut you off, mate.
It's alright, mate. Don't worry about that. I think it's got tangled up.
Lots of drivers are going to have to pit at the end of lap 1 now for fresh intermediate tyres and a fresh front wing. Virtual safety car normally is going to pop in a moment. We'll see them, I think, coming through a scar is going to be the worst part for it to drop through, but a brilliant start from the Renaults there. P2 and P3 obviously battling hard. Would have to have a good race. Primary Rex already up to P10. His teammate, though, leaving the session, definitely not happy with his performance.
Give me his dues, though. He has made a few spaces up, hasn't
he? He does normally like to stay out of the way in lap 1. Comes later on in the race when it all gets more difficult. There's one of the Renaults almost running off track of it. That's Alson Senegal. Long virtual safety car window here. Normally by now it's already gone in. Oh no, here we are. That's a green flags now. Racing here has, as I go through views, he has recommenced in Monza. Any moves down the inside into turn 1? There's a question of it from the teammates, and the Renaults make contact. Alson Senegal clipping the back of his teammate and then has to drop a few positions. Ryan Van Doom back in the fight. JB Hogan now hunting down after the Renault, trying to get his way through. Luke Beck Oyma into pit lane, and drivers all trying to clamour for positions. Here comes Alson Senegal down the inside of Ryan Van Doom, and see Pasley for the lead of the Grand Prix. Contact Alco having to take across the escape road, and he is still in the lead of the Grand Prix.
It's a good battle from nose backwards.
Good battle from everywhere. I look at it right now. The rain normally neutralising every bit of racing here, but no, not off the line. People struggling heavily. Pro Race losing a position to Blaz and K. Alson Senegal now on the outside of JB Hogan into Ascari, a risky move in these wet conditions. Is it going to pay off? It has. Oh, there's contact as JB has to turn in, and there's a bigger contact at JB, and Alson make contact, and I think that move could have been really avoided if Alson had just waited a couple of laps. Here comes Primary Rex to try and pass him. Farf, what are you looking at? Whoa, Primary Rex almost taken out by 2 cars at once.
I'm watching, is it Dr. Special Energy? Whatever the back of, is it Psycho Mitch? Gotta learn his names.
It's alright, Steve Pasley is the fastest man on track in P2. He's looking to try and pass everyone into, he's looking to go for the lead. Mercedes taking the fastest lap though further down, and now down the inside comes Steve Pasley. He's looking to take the lead of the Grand Prix. He's been battling with Alco hard, and he has taken the lead of the Grand Prix, but now he has to defend it. Here's Primary Rex down the inside of Alson Senegal. There's a little bit of a touch there from the Renault, and then a big touch from the Toro Rosso into the side of it, and JB Hogan as well getting involved. And Alex just can't catch a break there in the Toro Rosso.
Give me two, is that also, is that Blaz?
Always contact. But it's all okay by the looks of it. Oh, he's off the track though. Primary Rex taking off the escape road, losing a lot of time. And drivers all struggling in these conditions. They're just praying for the dry weather to come and come fast. Contact between the Mercedes drivers now. In these conditions, sector 2, yellow flag. Who is that? It's further back. Oh, there's contact there between Pro Oliver and Meaty Soldier. It just, as soon as it turns wet, everyone turns into a madman, don't they, Paul?
Yeah. It's got to take our time.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how many people... Oh, there's been a big incident here at the exit of Ascari.
Nah, Blaz jumped 2 positions there. Was it 1 position? No, there's 1.
Well,
one bad move, actually.
sector 2 yellow flags. It looks to be, it might be Oima. Yeah, Oima's struggling on traction right now. Steve Pasley losing a position to Alco. Obviously no DRS in these conditions. Alco moving around a lot on track, so he's absolutely guided Steve Pasley off towards the right. Unable to, as Oliver pulls into pit lane, and Steve Pasley unable to make a move past the Portuguese driver. It is absolutely enthralling to see how these drivers deal with the wet, knowing that the dry weather's coming and running dry setups most notably. Or at least most of them will be. Sector 3 we have yellow flag going, shooting us Oima once more.
Ryan Van Dam's got up to the back of Pasley.
Yeah, we'll be seeing our favourite supervillain joining in soon, and that's coming, that is really coming thick and fast.
Alex has made a move again.
Yeah, it seems that he's on his charge, trying to get up into where I said he would be. Here comes Racing Podge, though, trying to get past up Special Energy, but it hasn't happened so far.
Should I do the commentator's curse? Oh, he's done it. He's done what? He's done it 3 or 4 times.
Down the inside comes Racing Podge and Ascari. We saw it not work before, and he is forced onto Special Energy up the track. And I think Racing Podge will wait for him and let him through. That looks pretty deliberate what he's doing, and he has. Very good sportsmanship from Racing Podge, our Swedish driver, as Alco is now the fastest man on track in P1. And Gp3's taking that as well, isn't he?
He's doing alright. My teammate for GP2.
Well, ex-teammate, you have a new one now.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, to be fair, right now I cannot for the level. Oh, Meteor Soldier brake testing his own teammate there. Racing Porsche having to take avoiding action right now. They're racing yellow flag somewhere in sector 1. It's further back actually.
Yeah, it's Racing Porsche went wide.
What's happening in sector 2 now? It's Psychomich by the looks of it. Oh, Glasgow K cutting a corner there as he's coming from the back of the grid. Psychomich about to be passed by the other Williams if he's not careful. A stop and go penalty for JB Ogun for ignoring yellow flags. Not sure what that means. Or contact though between Alex and who's that? Alison Senegal. Alison Senegal and him fighting, and Gp3's lagging out the session in P4. That's not going to help his charge at all, is it?
No. Hopefully he can get back in there.
Well, we see Alex now trying to get past Alison Senegal. Alison very quick on the straights, but he seems to be struggling a lot in the corners, especially on traction as he runs wide. And look at that, Alex swooping around the outside. Honda Power destroying that Renault on the straights due to the Renault's lack of traction.
Podge over the back of the Meteor Soldier again.
Any team orders from the Ferraris?
Podge come through.
Oh, he's not. He's gone very wide at the Parabolica. Well, we saw that in 2008, Juan Toro Rosso seemed to have incredible pace here in Monza. Oh, and there's almost contact. JB Ogun runs off the track, maybe the past Psychomich, and that Toro Rosso, the only Toro Rosso left, has got a time penalty now. But we saw that that a certain Toro Rosso in 2008 gained his first win in Formula 1 in the wet here at Monza, so maybe we'll see that again tonight.
You got hate the day after Easter.
Do you? To be fair, I hate Easter
why?
in general. Oima retires in sector 1. Is that a safety car? No, go on.
You get to the shop and end up buying all the bug off Easter eggs, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you probably don't, JB.
Yeah.
You're a humbug.
No, I haven't left the house today. I've been having a nice relaxing time in my bed because I've been feeling quite unwell. And Laser Lord now trying to attack Blasem K as best he can, but it hasn't happened so far. Oh god, there's battles all over the track. You can barely see where the battle's going to form. Here's Alsan.
So I was just watching.
Take us through this then, Paul.
Oh, I've changed now because you're watching it.
It's alright. Let's see what can happen in all of this. Now we saw Racing Pods make a mistake further down at this corner last lap, and this time he's doing very similar. He just can't get a braking point right on his dry setup right now, can he?
Might go nothing.
Here comes Alex trying to defend. He's got damage on his nose, actually. So Alex driving wounded in the tour also. Trying his hardest to make it to the dry period so he doesn't have to, if there is a dry period coming, trying to have to
Give me 2 seconds,
deal with it. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, mate. Stop and go penalty for racing pod for gaining, for cutting a corner, sorry. So I can't remember that. And the Ferrari is still fighting one another like tooth and nail. This is what they should have done at China and then fought with Max Verstappen, but they didn't do it. Here on board with JB Ogan, who also has a stop and go penalty for ignoring yellow flags. What can the Williams do as he tries to chase after the Mercedes? "27 laps of racing here in Monza. We've already completed 7. Alco leads by 2.4 seconds, and Gamey Things trying to hunt down Psychomich. Gamey Things who struggled after, and we have Paul returning to the commentary booth. Gamey Things struggling after a disconnection, but he's starting to getting closer and closer to Psychomich. The Mercedes power is showing that it's faster right now, but is it going to continue to be faster?
Where's he dropped down to? He dropped down to 8th. It's not too bad from a disconnection, is it, really?
No, it's not. He got in rather quickly, so it just shows that he can get in. And he looks like his internet's pretty stable right now, at least on my end. There you go, Mercedes fan in the background cheering for Gamey Things.
Oh, TNR, the Bojan. Heavy sweat. Went sideways a bit.
Oh, Primary Rex losing a position now to Alson Senegal. Remember, he's driving wounded, and Alson's all over the track as he tries to control the Renault.
Yeah, Alex missing the end plate, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, that car is not enjoying itself right now. I'd love to see where else they're. A big lag spike from Gaming Things now. But look how much quicker Alex is in the corners than Alson Senegal.
Must have run higher wing. On a wet. On a dry
Oh,
setup.
Alson's off! Alson luckily not lucky for sorry, watching Alex, luckily he didn't get speared into by that Renault.
You got Ryan Van Dam over the back of Pazzi now. Down the back straight.
Danny Psychomich and Ascari! They got to turn in at one point, and Psychomich luckily catching that car. Let's have a look at Ryan Van Doom. The dirty air is even worse in the wet conditions. Got special energy on the back of Alsan.
Pazzi's right, Pazzi stay to the right hand side, just cover it off.
Drivers absolutely fighting all over the place right now. Ryan Van Doon trying to make a move for P2, hasn't happened so far. Dr. Special Energy and Sarkovic getting a stop and go penalty for speeding into pit lane. Pitting the same lap as Alson Senegal, so maybe they're trying to get into clean air so they can actually go for it at this point in the race. It's only lap 9 out of 27. Racing closer and closer each lap. It seems to see Pazzi struggling in the corners as well. Ryan Van Doom, who was able to get the car all turned in nicely. Here comes the Alfa Romeo.
Meaty Soldier's pitted for a new wing, a fresh set of inters.
Yeah, meeting out to motor tonight. Only lost 2 drivers in this race, 2 Norwegian drivers. Oyma and Hagluf did not make it past lap 5, I think it was. But now set to 1 and 2, we have a yellow flag, and that's Luke Beck. Big slide moment, we'll see if we can find out where it is on board with Alsan. Yeah, he's passed it too. So we're not going to actually see it.
That was just the beginning of sector 2. They got too much on the throttle, made back end went straight into the side of the...
Ah, yeah, we see now. That's a shame for Luke, he'll be frustrated now. But now you see that JV Ogan on the back of Laser Lord, that's still happening. Thinking he can try and make a move soon. Again, drivers, it's almost like the rain's intensifying here in Monza. It does look slightly thicker than before, doesn't it? Here comes JB down the inside of Laser Lord, braking so much later than the Mercedes, crossing over it, but he has cost himself time by running onto the curbs, and now Laser Lord's got to get that that traction back.
Laser Lord buys you time, you'll have both of these.
Whoa, big slide there from JB Ogan. Les Lord, yes, confirming that he will be staying there. Sector 3, we have a yellow. But Les Lord, no, he's not giving it up into Lesmo 1, trying to make JB feel like he's going down the inside. That corner being as tight and as blind as it is, you've got to really risk it if you're going to go down the inside there.
Don't know who was Sector 3.
Here comes Les Lord now down the inside of the Scary, or trying to bait JB Ogun into saying that he's going down the inside of the Scary. And it hasn't happened, but on the run, up on the straight, he might have JB, but JB, no, JB getting a much better exit now, and the other Mercedes hunting down his teammate, trying to get through. Alco's incredibly quick in these conditions right now, isn't he?
Yeah. Has Paddy got damage? No, he hasn't. Just pure, more comfortable in the wet, any. Well, half wet, half dry.
It might be something to dry off a little bit now. I don't think we're anywhere near the rain stopping, but I think the track's starting to drain away and get a little bit drier now. Not happy about the dry tyres potentially being used is the Mercedes fan in the background. Ryan Van Doom after a few laps now is on the close in on Steve Pasley once more.
Jesus Christ. See how to put up with when I sat on Wednesday night.
Gave things on the back of his own teammate. Is there going to be calls from Toto Wolff?
Wow.
Not happy about team orders, but he has let his teammate through.
I know. Got a good mascot here, haven't we?
I do find the unlikeliest things to bring up to people. And it's rather enjoyable when I do. I'm bored with the Alfa Romeo now as he starts to close in on C. Pasley. C. Pasley, who seems to be struggling on the brakes in the wet. And Ryan taking an opportune move down the inside, but it hasn't availed to much.
The kid's on a mental breakdown.
He sounds
so
happy.
You didn't have this last time, did you?
No. He was only wee when I had him last time.
Nah, mate, it's a hyper stage before he goes to sleep.
Hello, Tom. How are you doing? So Ryan Van Doom hunting down once more on Steve Pasley. How are we? Well, what was that?
You've got Laser and Gamey just holding places to attack. Is that JJ? Yeah,
they're starting to close in as well. Lots of battles brewing on track. We've been asked, how are we? How are you, Paul?
I'm same old. Never change.
And I am surviving. I'm getting sick because it's spring and there's hay fever stuff and it's hot and I'm dying. And then our dear race director Lee now starting to bully people in the chat again. Do I have to time you out, Lee?
What's he doing now then? What's he bullying?
He's just bullying Tom, just saying, oh, Tom, and who are you PSM-wise? Just referring to a returning face that's popped back into SFR in the GP2 division. If you want to know who that name is, we'll see that tomorrow.
Who's my new teammate then?
I don't know right now, to be completely honest. I spent most of the day asleep, so I don't know what the other admins and race directors have been talking about.
Good game over the back of JB.
She passes into pit lane with a 5-second stop and go penalty now.
Ouch.
That's not going to happen at all. Gaming actually bailing into pit lane as well, deciding not to get penalty himself.
Someone to give someone a shout. Is it Blasmac lit up in the third now?
He's doing amazing. Meaty Soldier though retires, and the safety car has been deployed here in Monza. Finally, we have one. It must have been one hell of a collision if the Ferrari brings out the safety car, and that is going to destroy Alco's race and really, really help Steve Pasley.
Jamie has timed out to perfection.
He truly has. We'll see where he is. He's come out and he's got the safety car ahead. He won't have to stop for it. He will be able to overtake it as long as he doesn't hit that car.
That'd be the day, wouldn't it?
That would be a gaming things moment there, but it hasn't happened. So we have a safety car now. Oh, Lee genuinely had to ask. Oh, poor Lee. But yeah, so Alco is going to pick up the safety car. If he bails into pit lane, that's an idea. But look at the Williams pairing. P3 and P4. And Primary Rex right where I said he would be. P6 right now in the race. But at this point in the race, do you decide to pit for fresh intermediate tyres, knowing that you could make it to the end of the race on those tyres?
To cover your own, I'd probably say I would. You got to think, even if you go from Alco,
Who's in?
He's pitting now.
Ryan, who's
drop
in?
Down to what, 6th? You got to think of the top
JP,
6
who's in?
pit.
Ryan Van Doom with a time penalty as well.
Ooh.
As the Wicked Witch, the Witch, joins in as well.
Right, so you got Williams double stacking.
Mercedes, they've already serviced one driver. Where is Alex? He's in the pit lane. It's like watching Formula E when they've all got drive-through penalties.
Oh,
Steve Pasley does not make it into the lead as Alco is out now and he's going to go hunt down the safety car.
Oh, Patsy's going for it.
Ryan Van Doom with the penalty. And Pasley back into the podium positions right now here in Monza. And a stop and go penalty for Racing Pods who bails into pit lane. What's that? What's there? Lots of talking in the chat right now from different drivers, but still, they've picked up the safety car, so the 3-lap counter now is going to start counting down for their tyres behind the safety car once everyone's obviously lined up behind them. Why is Racing Pods on dries?
Why not? Give it a go.
Or if it doesn't work and he can survive, he does have another lap to bail into pit lane. I'm on board with him now.
That's still not a dry line. That's way too early.
I think that's just a mistake on strategy there.
Well, no, because it's automatic back to intermediate, no matter what.
Well, you could have changed it to change to the dry tyres. Well, he's lost it. He's made contact with Oliver. And Oliver has been taken out by Racing Podge, who made a silly mistake. I think in that situation, as Gaming Things leaves the session, in that situation, as Oliver leaves the session, or retires from the session, in that situation, I think Racing Podge changed his tyres under the start of it to go to dry tyres and didn't change it back because he thought we'd have dries by now. So when he pitted, he didn't change it to intermediates. Game thinks has rejoined, but Oliver, I think there'll be harsh words there, and you can only blame the Ferrari.
Right, no.
So anyway, let's run through the order we have right now. Under safety car conditions, Alco in P1 ahead of Ryan Van Doom in P2. Stupazzi in P3, Baz and K in P4, Gaming Things, he is in the lobby and he just came back into his car in P5. Later Lord is in P6, can't overtake his teammate. And Psychowitz in P7, all trailing to back of Later Lord. P8 is JB Hogan, P9 is Primary Rex after pit stops, P10 is Dr. Special Energy, P11 outside the points is Alton Senegal, GA is in P12, Racing Podge is in P13 after making a frankly ridiculous strategy call. Drivers that will not make it to the end of this Grand Prix, Pro Oliver, Meaty Soldier, Luke Beck, Oyma and Hegloof will not make it to that checkered flag. I love how all you guys are talking about GP2 in the stream chat. We have a brilliant division here, GP3 going on, and you're going to sit there and chat and talk about GP2. I've even got a GP2 driver in here with me. You're looking forward to tomorrow?
I've done 0 practice.
That's how I normally roll.
Yeah, it's normally good, man. But
I drive your car in the league, so you know.
That's Monza, mate. That's all you got to say is low wing and go for it.
Just take the Williams downforce then. I think Williams would have a good car if they went to Monza this year.
Yeah, but they get taken over though, wouldn't they?
I feel
billionaires gone in for them.
Well, that's what's been said, but at the same time, apparently, according to the actual company, but in all of this, it has stopped raining right now here in Monza. So we have got no rain now on lap 15. So maybe those drivers that didn't stop are in a better position.
Yeah, but if you still work about it, you all got to pit at the same time. So you're still no better off, ideally. Yeah, you got more of a better traction, but
You never know. As soon as the safety car comes in, because this is drying quite rapidly, a dry line is starting to form. They might all have to bail in on the lead lap and go for the dries, because it does look like it's getting drier and drier, doesn't it?
Podge is still going around his old soft.
He has a damaged wing as well.
Still going though.
You gotta think, or is it just taking him this long to get round as I go through puberty?
Possibly. Soon find out. I'm watching him now.
I think he's gonna have to commit to pit lane. No, he's not. I guess not.
So to say.
This should be the last lap under safety car conditions. Our safety car driver tonight is T. Jonas from the Gp2 division. We don't normally see the a severe collision under safety car conditions. Alsan Senegal and Dr. Special Energy being handed there's a damage on the Haas. Handed drive-through handing stop-go penalties. Damage everywhere on a few drivers as they all start to get bunched up under safety car.
So what's happened there? By the looks of it,
Someone's rear-ended another.
yeah, of Dr. Special Energy just braked, or I don't know.
Primeval Rex with a 5-second stop-and-go penalty for a severe collision with JB Ogan. Severe might be just a tap, who knows, but the safety car is in this lap. So these drivers are all going to be in a lot of trouble coming into the race with...
He's lost half his wing again.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Got to feel for Alex there. You got to feel for all the drivers, though, who get penalties.
I'm thinking, if I was Alex, I'd pit.
What if the dry tyres come in the next 2 laps, though? Or the next 2 or 3 laps? Anyway.
I still pit now. You're under safety car still.
Well, they're going green this lap.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. See that. So we're going in a moment. There's contact. Ryan Van Doom into the back of Alco. And Ryan Van Doom, that was silly, really. I think Alco just absolutely braked. But at the same time, you've got to be aware of what happens. So that will be a controversial subject. We are green here in Monza. And Primary Rex pits, so is Alsan Senegal. And Alex getting a 5-second stop-and-go penalty in pit lane. It gets even worse for him. Ryan Van Doom with a damaged front wing, struggling at T1. Ryan Van Doom even more struggling. He's off the podium. Last night's winner is into P5. Drivers struggling all over the shop right now as they get their cold tyres back to warm temperatures. Laser Lord is the back of that's desync there. Major desync between Ryan Van Doom and Laser Lord. They can't see each other by the looks of it.
You got Primeval, you got Alison Sungao all gone back on soft.
Well, there's lots of talk about someone's just said that Racing Podge might win this race. It's whether they can control the car in these still moist conditions. The track is still going to be incredibly greasy, almost as greasy as my hair when I was 13 years old.
I doubt Podge will win. You got to think the amount of times he's spun on that first out lap.
Whereas Primary Rex, he has got a time penalty as well now to loom over his head. So if he has to pit one more time. He's not really pushing that car and he's struggling on the brakes. I don't think it's ready as of yet.
Ten laps to go. It's getting dry. I'll probably say looking around about lap 22.
Ryan Van Doom into pit lane. He'll be absolutely swearing in Isle of Manish. But he's going to be upset about what happened to the Parabolica. Luckily, he didn't go and decide to be Sebastian Vettel and drive alongside him and knock the McLaren off the track. But, you know. But now, Blasem K from the back of the grid is looking to make his stance and go onto the podium. Sector 3's yellow flags. Is that damage on the Toro Rosso?
Could we change Alex's name?
There is damage on the Toro Rosso. What name would you suggest?
Bottle job.
He has one name change.
There's got to be a forfeit in there. I got to agree something with him.
who finishes higher in the championship, buys the other one a drink. Blazon K hunting down Steve Pasley right now. The Mercedes fanboy in the background still not happy at what's happened.
That's still not wet. That's still too wet for joys.
Yeah, I think we'll start seeing some about lap 20. Yeah, Blazon K, what can he do?
Tell you what, though, game is hanging around in there.
He is. He's not letting them drop away, is he? Here comes Blazon K trying to go down the inside of C. Pasley. Draws alongside the Renault and Williams into P2. But is he though? Can he get the car stopped? He has got the car stopped and he has made it into P2, excuse me. Well, no, it's not. C. Pasley just sweeping back past him.
Stop. Now.
Cool.
There's almost contact though between the Williams and the Renault. Normally a famous pairing, but this time they're separate teams and Williams prevailing over the Renault. Drivers struggling in the wet conditions. We're seeing some of the drivers on dry tyres maybe regretting the move in there. It gave the things turning inside of Steve Pasley in Lesmo too. What an aggressive move there. We only caught the rear end of it. Now Steve Pasley's got to think about trying to get up there. Maybe it's time for the dry tyres. It's starting to look very, very dry on the straights. But there's still a bit of wetness there.
Still too wet.
Primary Rex here is stopping a penalty for corner cutting at turn 1. I think that's his top 10 maybe disappearing, providing that there's another safety car and that can save him. Sector 1 yellow flag and Primary Rex is out of the session.
Bottle job.
Your curse has continued, and JB makes a move past Psychowicz. Psychowicz falls into pit lane. This pit lane deceptively tricky though, isn't it?
Yeah, especially come off about 180 miles an hour.
Ooh, they're going into the dry tyres. C. Pasley waiting there for the super soft tyres with a 5-second stop and go penalty. Dropped off the jacks and sent on his way. So dry tyres starting to come onto cars that are pitting. We can go on board with Alco, see how it is on the intermediates. Right now, Blazon K is reeled in like an absolute madman. Alex talking in the chat. Can't hear him though, so we don't know what he's saying. Everything's running wide as he tries to control his Mercedes. I do wonder sometimes what drivers are saying as Primary Rex leaves the session. Blazon K.
Not happy.
Nah, he won't be happy. He had such a good run at the start, and then I think under the safety car it all went wrong.
You know what's going to happen though, he's going to blame me for commentator's curse, isn't
he? DRS has been enabled. That's the normal cue though for drivers to go into pit lane and get those dry tyres off and get the slick ones on. Alco does, but Blazon K does not. What could you do? Were you referring to the pit lane, mate? Well, Blazon K continuing on. And his Williams teammate has not, so Williams have not double stacked. GA into pit lane as well. Lots of drivers picking different strategies. Gaming things going for the soft tyres. The whole race you do?
Soft 6 out to go. No. It's a bit there.
It's going to be difficult, I think. You've got to think about going for the faster combined tyres, but at the same time, you can still lose it. Which one of the Hasses pits first? It's still special energy. Psychomit, sorry, he's already on soft tyres, so he doesn't need to stop. Alright, Daniel, a little bit far there. It was a tough race. Sorry, just Daniel claiming that Alex let Toro Rosso down. I know it's a bit of a joke, but at the same time, it's a tough race. He took it as a joke, that's all fine. But yeah, it's still it has been an extremely difficult race, and we're going to see hopefully something just as difficult and just as fun in tomorrow's race in GP2 for you, Fastbra. So no one can, so only I can laugh at you as Alex is off watching Avengers, the lucky so and so.
Oh, is he not there tomorrow?
No, he's not. Blaz MK pulls into pit lane.
Oh. So there's been a you know what? I'm going to watch a film on this. Nah.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'd do the same if I was him. If I didn't have commentary, if I was a co-commentator, I'd be off watching that film as well. And he's already put his curse on you, his little voodoo doll, saying that you're going to crash out.
Has he?
Yeah. Little voodoo doll. He's got one wearing Renault clothing. He just pokes holes in it. Unfortunately, he doesn't realise it affects Daniel Ricciardo as well.
Just tell him to watch the stream tomorrow. I'll soon show him how to drive.
Fighting talk between the two divisions. They love each other already. JB Hogan is our leader here in SpeedForce Racing around Italy right now. We assume we'll be seeing him into pit lane this lap, which will hand back the lead to Alco as he starts to struggle. Alco on super soft tyres, but he's going to be... Actually, he's not going to really be under pressure from anyone, is he, Alco?
I got an aggy child.
Alex saying that there's going to be an electrical fault for the Renault. I tell you what, when I saw...
what though?
Go on.
I've had a DRS fault on one race before, so that pretty much helped me get your DRS stuck open. So
I've never had it stuck open. I've had it stuck closed, but I've never had it stuck open.
No, had it stuck open.
That's mad.
Yeah, especially going around corners.
Must be terrifying. JB doesn't pit though. You're continuing on those intermediate tyres. This is, at this point, you've got to think that's a bit of a missed strategy call from Williams, but then you remember it's Williams.
No, that's not Bonnie, is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Bunny. Jesus.
Alco the fastest man. Oh, and it's JB. He's off at turn 2. Psychomich retires in the middle of sector 3. 2 yellow flags. And now the race is on between Alco and JB.
Psycho Myth is missing his right front tyre. Or wheel, should I say.
Easily done though in these conditions as JB battles Alco. Wrong tyres on the Williams. There's contact, there's body contact there. JB just getting a little bit more aggressive, hitting the side pod of the McLaren. Must remember that Formula 1 is a non-contact sport.
You know what Psycho Myth done? He got on too much on the curb, didn't he?
And the curb's still being wet here in Monza. It's going to make it even worse, isn't it?
Come on, JB, got to let blast through. There's no point fighting him.
But JB does let his teammate through. And his teammate's DRS does close, unlike the Renaults do.
You got Pazzi chasing all over the back of Laser Lord.
Battle continuing here in Monza, coming into the final stages of this race. As Steve Pazzi looking to make a move into P5, but running wide. Steve Pazzi is lucky to control that car, locking every tyre possible as he tries not to head straight for the barrier. Alco is now the fastest man on track, and JB continues on not to pit. Gamey Things could be on for a podium tonight, and it's only his second race in GP2. GP3,
not
sorry.
bad, is it?
No, it's not.
Still not happy, ditch me.
What track is next? I will find out in a second. Once I remind myself what track is next.
That's a track with a few straights and a few corners.
Yeah, it looks like a racetrack somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere on planet Earth.
Where are we next? We are going to Germany.
You got Blaz catching Alco. Blaz is obviously more confident on the tyres.
It still is greasy conditions here in Monza. Very similar to what was happening at the end of the French Grand Prix we saw last night. They started to struggle, and now the guys are going to try and recalibrate their reins so they can brake so much later now.
Oh, I forgot Gp3 race last night.
It was really insane. And here comes BlazMK. DRS active on the Williams. He closes in Williams and McLaren, two ancient teams in Formula 1. This time they're going to battle. And again, JB still needs to control that body contact a bit. He still weaves a little bit on the track. And then look at that, BlazMK moving a lot in the braking zone to try and cover off Alco.
Yeah.
So lots of driving that could be questionable here to the stewards.
Give JB a dooze though.
JB doing well, yeah. Jamie is not catching as much as you'd have thought he would be in these conditions. So maybe JB's still on about for a podium tonight.
Depends if he's got any pins though, don't it?
That is the question.
Which I don't think he has.
Well, the simple answer is that, go into Race Director, click on his name, and see if there's any penalties next to it.
He had a stop go.
Which you'll have
I don't know
served.
if he served that.
Depends what point of the race it was. Here comes Alco for another bite with Sherry, trying to go back ahead of him. Racing Points going around the outside. Iscari, there's a big bit of contact there between BlazMK and Alco. And I can't make a judgment call on that one, because that almost looked like he did just make a line for it, but I will not make a judgment call.
No, stop go. Like lap 8, I think it was. Oh, there you go. 3 second time penalty.
That's all that, still that happens, penalties there, and Baz running wide now onto the wet stuff. That's not going to help him at all. Here comes Alco though, the McLaren pushing this time, hoping to make a cleaner overtake than Ascari. DRS open on him as he runs up towards the inside. And then BlazMK going aggressively to the inside to fight once more. They're going to be in contact there as they're going to try and guide each other around the corners, and Alco forced off wide to have a time penalty, and then BlazMK forced off even further to get a time penalty.
Is that another penalty he's got?
Doctor Who is awesome, by the way, Daniel.
No way.
What's that?
No way.
What do you know way?
You actually watch it?
I love Doctor Who. I was watching it earlier.
Doctor Who, the best one was the first one, apart from MASH. Not gonna swear.
What are you talking first one? You're talking first one of the new Doctor Who's?
No, I'm about the very first one. You know the bald dude?
Oh, Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Yeah, he was good.
That's the only one I watched.
JB going, what? JB to the barrier! On the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, JB just pushed his tires too long, and he crashes into the barrier after dipping a wheel into the gravel. Gaming Things now looking on to potentially get his first podium in GP3.
As long as you keep it simple and don't get any pens.
Paul, can you loan me his cup, please?
Hold on.
JB leaving it now, and Alco in P1 ahead of BlazMK in P2. Gaming Things in P3 on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Who knows who's going to finish where? And this is a battle on track right now between the 99 and the 48. He's missed one chance of passing him in T1, and now he's going to push on and try and pass him soon. Race coming to a head now on the final lap. Who's going to win the race? It could be either one of these gentlemen in the McLaren or the Williams. And we can only hope to see what will happen as the race goes on.
Whoa, back again.
Alco looking very defensive right now. He's losing time though. BlazMK has got the DRS on the McLaren. He's going to try and draw it up. He's got one last overtaking spot, and that's going to be at the Parabolica. The sun starts to rise here in Monza, and it's the question, who's going to win the Grand Prix? Is it Alco? Is it BlazMK?
I think it's Alco, because BlazMK has one penalty at least.
Down the inside goes BlazMK, very aggressively. There was no gap there. And you can only say that was his own fault. But Alco wins the race in P1, with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, ahead of BlazMK in P2. Where does Gaming Things finish? Is Gaming Things going to be on the podium for the first time here in GP3? Oh, and Racing Pod's right to the end. Who's on the podium? It's Laser Lord, not Gaming Things. He'll have to wait another week for a chance at a podium. Gaming Things dropping down behind Steve Pasley as well. And Racing Pod's losing it on the straight there. Under Ascari. I believe he might still get that point for the 90% rule. But Alco wins here in GP3, and what a drive for the Portuguese driver to win for McLaren.
It's not a bad race.
It was ever so slightly entertaining, wasn't it?
Why is Pasley glitched on the pitch straight?
Well, I didn't see that, so it didn't happen.
Yes, mate. It hasn't even gone past the finish line yet.
He might crash and bounced over.
Maybe.
Well, we'll see who we can get into the podium interviews, but now we see Alco in P1 ahead of Baz MK in P2 and then Laser Lord in P3. What a race. Well done to that. 2 Mercedes engines and a Renault engine. That's how it should be in Formula 1. You should see a Mercedes, McLaren on top and a Williams in second. So these results, coupled with the French results from last night, will be calculated, and we'll see what the championship looks like after this week. But first, barring issues and investigations, Alco is in P1 ahead of Baz and K in P2, Laser Lord is in P3. That is our podium set. In P4 is Steve P5 is Gaming Things, P6 is GA. P7 is Dr. Special Energy, P8 is Alpha Senegal, P9 is Ryan Van Doom. Here the drivers didn't make it to the end of the race. Racing Porsche in P10, JB Hogan in P11, Psychomich in P12, Preview Rex in P13, Oliver is in P14, Media Soldier in P15, Luke Beck in P16, Oyma in P17, and Hegluf did not make it to the what's called checkered flag. Now, Paul, if you need to pop off, that's absolutely fine. I can conduct the interviews on my own.
Sweet. Well, mate. It's entirely up to you.
Well, if you want to, if you want to go deal with that child of yours.
Yeah, I suppose I better.
All right. So
Well,
thank you for
good fun,
joining us. We'll see you tomorrow on track. Good luck on tomorrow's race.
See you later.
See you later. So we will invite over the drivers that we need to have a chat to. We'll invite Alco. And then we'll get Blaz and K, and we'll see if Lazy Lord can join us as well. It looks like Alco is actually in someone else's party, so we'll invite him via the other side. Do excuse us if we do this. Where's Alco when you need him? Be at the top of me. Invite Alco. Where is Laser Lord? Invite him. And we'll get Blaz and K in here as well. Where is Blaz and K? Is he not in here? Doesn't look like he's in here, so we can see if we can try and get an interview from him. If not, well, actually, we've had the screen go blue enough, so we'll ask him. We'll ask him for chat, knowing one of my little assistants will find him. We have Laser Lord joining us. Just to make sure, mate, is your voice set to share?
Oh, yeah.
Well, brilliant. We'll make sure that all of that happens. We'll send an invite to Alco. We'll see if we can get him in here. I don't know if Baz and K will join us for interviews, but we shall see. We shall see. Nonetheless, we got chanting in the chat right now. I've just loaded up the league chat.
Hello.
It's quite entertaining. And Alco has joined us. Alco, is your voice at the share, mate?
Yes.
All right. So it doesn't look like we'll have Baz and K joining us. We will we'll start though with Laser Lord. Mate, second race in GP3 and you've gone and got a podium. How does that make you feel?
It's quite good, because I didn't think I was getting it after the gaming things went past, but he had a penalty, so I got it.
Nonetheless, though, you must be absolutely ecstatic with your first podium here. This really does point towards you might be having some more fun in the wet weather. You seem to be very well controlled. Just take us through your race and how that happened.
Well, at the beginning, I was worried about getting knocked off into turn one against Italy. And after I made it through then, it was all about tyre management. I've managed my tyres relatively well and pitted under the safety car. Then I just drove off and made a decision on drive. I wanted to pit on the same lap as gamey things, but I didn't go choose double stack and pitted the supers. had decent pace and got third. So, yeah.
So, nonetheless, are you happy with that? Are you looking forward to next week's race in Germany?
Yeah, if I get a spot, lobby's not full.
Well, nonetheless, you got to think. Do you think any team will start to pick you up in the league, see if they want you in full time?
Possibly. Not sure yet.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations for P3, and only on your second go, you got greatness to come in SFR.
Thanks.
All right, so jumping over Baz and Kate because he's not in the. It doesn't look like he's in the lobby, in the party, but we can talk to Alco. Alco, it's P1 for the McLaren team. That's a good result for that team, isn't it? And a good result for you.
That's an awesome result. Uh, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting to finish on the podium. P1 is really a good surprise for me and for the team, of course. Uh, the first step on the podium is always good, and also it's my first victory in this league. I was expecting a very fast car, but not the fastest one. Um, the minute I saw it, the race was going to start in wet conditions. Uh, I got a little bit afraid because of the wheel spin and the braking zones. But all went well, very well. I was being cautious, braking in the right spot, and not turning too fast, and not accelerating too fast. And the moment I saw the DRS was enabled, I I realized I could put the right tires, and that's what I do. I did. Went to the pit lanes, changed to the right tires, and finished the race on the first place.
You had a few battles with Blaz and K towards the end. It seemed to get a lot more I want to say contacty, a little bit more like boxing than racing cars. I mean, care to comment on any of that?
What, sorry?
Just towards the end of that race, between you and Blaz and K, you started to look more like boxers. The way that your cars are making a little bit more contact than racing drivers. Anything you want to say on that side of things?
Mm, the only thing I want to say, it was a real nice battle. I love driving like this with people trying to pass me, push me to the limits, to the edge. It was a great battle with Blaze, and also in the start with I had a great battle for like 2 or 3 laps with Sid Pasley. Congrats to him too. But I have nothing to say. Of course, I had to protect my line. He tried to dive bomb me, but I was focused on my line, not if he was going for the space or not. So the only thing I want to say, it was a great battle, and sorry if I give him any problem.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations on that win, mate. Looking forward to next week. No more double headers for GP3 potentially. You're looking forward to hopefully have a clean race at Hockenheim as well.
Of course, I'm always expecting that. Have a good race and a clean race, and great battles with the drivers, of course.
All right,
This is
so
what make the sport interesting.
truly was a phenomenal race. So congratulations once more to you to win the Grand Prix. You're free to go now and do whatever you do to celebrate. Maybe relax on a beach or something. It's been incredibly hot here, so I don't know how it's been over where you live. But yes.
It's very
So
hard too.
congratulations, mate, and we'll see you next week for Hockenheim.
Thank you, mate. See you next week.
All right, so just going to address something that was brought up in the chat. Yes, Gaming Things apparently got no penalties. That has to be reviewed by the stewards before any of this. So and on stream, we always agreed that we only bring in the top 3 at that point in time from the results that we have. So if that changes, we will talk to Gaming Things before the race next week if he has made it a P3, and we'll have a chat with him about that. But yes, nonetheless, this was an absolutely thrilling Grand Prix. Thank you to Alex, who joined me on comms in qualifying after destroying his Toro Rosso, and Farfbra, who joined me in the race after realising that I hadn't sent him an invite. Oops. It was an absolutely brilliant race. I really enjoyed doing the commentary for this one. Next week, obviously, we're heading off to Hockenheim, but we're not done. The opening races have only just begun here in this week. Tomorrow, we're bringing the GP2 division over to the Monza track to see what Farfbra and the other GP2 drivers can get up to. I'll be taking you through that commentary session as always, and I'll see if I can find someone who's willing to do commentary with me on Wednesday night. But we'll see all. But that's for tomorrow night. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. We'll see you tomorrow for GP2. If you're not interested in that and you just want to wait for GP3, that's next week on Tuesday night. Have a very lovely night. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Ta-ra, guys.